Alrighty, here we are. This is Saber Nation Talk, episode 3. We have Holden Roberts here as a co-host.
It's a beautiful day, Kaden.
We have Daniel Ginger on doing the tech, and we have Matthew Evans doing the camera. And we are joined with special guest Kale Rodrigues. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Alrighty, so we have the first question we usually always ask a lot of people. We want to know a little bit of your background. So that means childhood and high school-ish and whatever you're comfortable with asking or saying.
Okay, we can start there, but I got a real question for y'all. Seriously. How did y'all get to an episode 3?
Well, you know, we've got an introduction. We've interviewed
Head football coach Dushin.
Michael Dushin and our new teacher here, Drew Van Hallen.
That's the history teacher?
Yep.
Okay.
Junior high history, yeah.
And now with you, this makes episode 3.
Okay. Solid. Okay. Back to your first question. First name's Kale. I'm Hawaiian and Mexican. My legal name is Kale. Actually, if you say it in Hawaiian, Kale Kopole Rodrigues, which means gentle strength. And if you guys who play for me, nothing gentle about my personality. Very, very abrasive. I grew up in Riverside, California. My family is from San Bernardino. If you Google San Bernardino, top 5 worst places to live in the country is what it is. I went to school at Corona Centennial. The only thing that you guys would know is Jared McCain graduated from Corona Centennial.
Okay.
They play a national schedule. I think when we've talked about it before, my freshman class is probably the same size as like the town of Bussy. My freshman class was 1,500 people at a high school. We didn't even have like school buildings. Like half of it was like bungalows. So it was just like I don't even know how to explain it. You know, like the trailer homes that are like the prefab homes, they're just containers. Yeah. So our classrooms were those with like an air conditioner shoved in the wall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you have to think we have probably 4,000, 5,000 kids, and like half the basketball courts outside were those bungalow things. So we didn't have rooms or anything. Like it was so bad like senior year because we had a lot of violence and other nonsensical stuff that like you could be late to school because you got stuck at the metal detector. And the crazy part is they would lock you out of the building. So you would get in and you're knocking on the door and they're like, oh, you got to go to the office and get a note. Luckily, the security guys were super dope and they'd be like, hey, they're late. So they'd give us a note to get a note because it's, maybe somebody got into a fight, maybe somebody had something on them and it was just nonsense. And I've talked to you guys about it because, you guys have buses and stuff to get to school. Mm-hmm. So California, because there's so many schools, unless you were more than 3 miles out, you had to figure it out yourself. So like me and my homies would like walk 2.5 miles to get to school. And when my sister started driving, I would run to school, do my workouts on the track, and then grab my clothes out of the car, like kind of like what you do and change. So I'd run my Oceans, which is simply like a lap, bleachers, and I ran the 2 miles to get to school. So as we've talked before, like, yeah, say I was on varsity, but there is 500 dudes behind me that want my spot. And the crazy part is some of it's they can't make grades, some of it are the guys because they're not getting through the metal detector, and that's like the big difference. And I would never trade any of that because like it is what I am. Like it's crazy how things turn you out. College wise, I have a bachelor's degree in music industry studies from Cal Poly Pomona. Emphasis in recording and business management.
Where's that located?
It is located, so nobody knows California, so I'm gonna like throw out randomly,
just roughly
west of like LA. Okay. So there's 2 Cal Polys or San Luis Obispo, which is the Division 1 where they play baseball, they play football, they play everything Division 1. They think they're in the WAC. Don't quote me on that one. And then ours is just a little one. They're known for engineering, so structural engineering, civil engineering. They are the best school in engineering. The funny part about it is they built this building in college. I got this thing going. It was called the Pointy Building, and we'd all do this. So the Pointy Building, and they thought it was a good idea to build it on a fault line. Mind you, leaders in engineering, structural, and all that, they built their iconic on a fault line.
Okay,
on a fault
that
line.
makes sense, right?
I mean, if you guys ever get the chance to, in California, Joshua Tree, you can actually see the San Andreas Fault, and it's way cooler than the Grand Canyon because Grand Canyon is just a big hole. The San Andreas Fault, like it runs through, and it's just this super cool groove, and you can just see it cut through the line. It's an awesome experience if you can ever get out there and you like being in the desert with wolves and nonsense in your thoughts. But it's super dope. I know Matt was talking about some of my other stuff that I've done. I used to do stand-up comedy before I moved out of LA. I've been on Latin American shows. I've been on Hispanic All-Star Comedy Nights. I've won contests.
Well, we knew you were an entertainer, so we kind of could maybe, put pieces together to figure that one out.
If you guys ever use Google enough, you can find, I've got albums from rapping. I did tours in college. I will never give any of you guys that information, but if you scour the internet to find it,
I was
you're more
about to say,
welcome
where
to.
was this at basketball practice?
Oh, we don't do that. Like, basketball is basketball, okay? Between the running and the jump roping and the me making nonsensical motivational speeches, because that's
Instead of
more.
the music. You should just grab the mic and start rapping for us.
That would be a very long practice.
We should have that one day.
I'd feel
I'm
very
picking that for
motivated.
when I get to pick music.
You go 10-0, and I'll let you see my music video. That's all.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'll meet you in the middle. We win 10 games. I will play the one that's still on the internet. I will go YouTube it up, and I will play it for you. We got to win 10 games, and I will play it for you, and then it will get all over the school because you guys can't keep anything in-house. So everybody will see this video, and like the kids back in LA, they used to call me Coach Drake. Hated it. Almost as much as you guys call me Drill Sergeant. Hated it. But yeah, we could totally do that. And yeah, music's been pretty solid in my life. It's been a good thing. Like I can play a couple of instruments. Not great because you actually have to be able to play instruments to get a music degree.
What
Which
type of instrument?
I can play the piano. I can play the saxophone.
Guitar?
I cannot play the guitar.
Yeah, I
don't-
could give like a national anthem
Oh, I wish I could do that. Kind of like Bridges did with his saxophone last year.
That was very cool.
That
was super dope. I would love to come out with an electric guitar and play the national anthem. That would be dope. But that's definitely not happening. I love that. That's cute. But yeah, so I mean, it's crazy because everybody's like, you don't play music. I was like, I play good enough to get a degree, if that makes sense. And the real thing is you have to be able to, especially in the recording world because of auto-tune and things like that, you have to be able to match pitch and be able to find stuff because a lot of the time people come in and you'll laugh where it's like, what is it? They'll come in and they won't be on tune and they don't even know what key the song's in, and then you're kind of trying to like make their lyrics better. Like for example, if Holden comes in and he can't sing, but I know the song was in like E, I can make it sound where you're sounding like Justin Bieber because of how much software there is. Like it's crazy. Not everything in auto-tune makes you sound like T-Pain. A lot of the time you use it just so you can sound really clean. Like it just cleans up your pitchiness. That's how it's supposed to be used. Now rappers don't use it that way. Definitely not. But that's how it's supposed to be used. And the crazy thing about autotune, it was really used for fracking oil. That was like its original purpose to like find frequencies of oil, and somebody turned it into that to audio recording. Yeah, the useless stuff I know, fill up a room, man. Like it's crazy. The other useless facts. I can't watch any more Blippy, guys. I just have to throw that out there. My kid is like Blippy obsessed, guys. I just can't do it. Does he like the new Blippy? My son doesn't like the new Blippy. The kid from Iowa. Yeah, my brother doesn't. Noah doesn't like that one.
I can just see the disappointment on your guys' faces right now.
But bro, wait till you gotta watch Blippy or Danny Go.
I've seen it. I've kind of seen it. I don't think I want to see it.
You don't want to.
Last year before our season, I sent my wife and Nico to Blippy, and it was like Nico was living his best life. As you know, Nico, he'll be here more than not, and you guys will be gone this year, but we came every Wednesday during the summer, and Nico would work out with him in the weight room because he just likes exercising.
Yeah, I've seen him every once in a while.
If you ask me, like the other one just likes eating snacks. Noah just eats snacks like religiously. What do you got next for me, Kate?
Well, since we're talking about Nico and stuff, let's talk about a little bit about your family because we obviously know. I believe you have a wife, and you have.
I might have a wife.
You might have a wife.
It's on the fence.
That's the big question. Let's talk about your daughter that has a big crush on Rocco.
It's really not even a crush now. Now it's just this thing where we just throw it back and forth between Brock and her to the point where it's annoying. But Brock's a good sport about it. Brock will tell you that he's not interested or doesn't care, and then he turns red and can't breathe and wants to get off the phone. Yeah, he's like, I'm not. He's like, bro, she won her fight. It was like, hiya! And like, I'm like, bro, I thought you didn't care.
Oh. Can you like move your microphone that way? That cord keeps on hitting the microphone. Okay, I'm gonna hit it. So right.
Yeah, Brock, was really excited about her fight because you guys know she fights professionally. Her last fight didn't go super great, which, hey man, that's a tough sport in general. Like she first time I think she'd ever seen, herself hurt, and that's a lot to come back. We've talked about it before.
What got her into that?
She's been training Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu with her mom since she was like 7, and then now she's kind of estranged from her like biological parents, and she just keeps fighting. She just changed gyms. This one was a little bit tougher because her weight cut was just not handled as great as she did the first time, and so she likes it. It's hard watching your kid fight, and even though she's not biologically mine, I that was hard to watch her like get beat up. Like that was hard. Like, yeah, dude, I was like, yo, the first time it was easy because she was doing the beating up. The second time I'm like, oh, this is hard. Like I don't want any of my kids like. Nico's probably gonna end up wrestling. That's gonna be hard. You know, we live in the Midwest. Wrestling's a thing. Wrestling, football. And if your kid's tough, Nico's tough, he's gonna like wrestling. So it's one of those ones where you just kind of gotta be okay with it. My brother wrestled, he was on a state championship team. Like I get it, but it's still hard. It's hard to watch somebody you love get beat up a little bit. But I mean, yeah, that joke is hilarious between Brock and them. And same thing with shout out to Brock and not liking my music selection because it's in Spanish. But I mean, yeah, she's actually coming this week, next week, like she did last year. She comes every Thanksgiving. I already told Brock. He told me.
Brock's gonna be blushing.
Yeah, Brock is gonna be blushing. Yeah, Brock's gonna be blushing, and he told me he didn't care. And then he told me that he can't listen to music. But then Mo said because last year, I don't know if you remember, we were playing some music in Spanish, and he requested Despacito by Justin Bieber. So she's gonna play that, see if he remembers. But it's fun, and then I'm looking forward to having you guys over next week for whatever we're figuring to do for food. So that's gonna be cool. Let you guys see my house because you guys think I'm rich because I have more than one toilet. That's a thing. Like,
you live in Palace, though.
I mean, the fact that you guys are excited that I have 4 toilets is insane.
There is 4. Okay, I never even heard about it. There's 4.
I have a 5-bedroom house. Like,
Okay, so it
There you
that
go,
makes
right there,
sense.
5 bedrooms.
5
That's a
whole
lot.
bedrooms.
one of them's a gym. Brandon thinks that's insane. So it's just a weight room. It looks like a gym at the Marriott. There's a treadmill. There's some free weights. There's a squat rack. Like, I got kids. I can't go to the gym. You know how hard it is to get to the gym with kids? I just put Blippi on and go lift weights.
Oh boy.
Or for at one point, the Noah, before he found out he didn't like it, you guys will see I have a pull-up bar and I put the little baby swing on the pull-up bar and I would just push him, but now like he hits the walls. It's like you push too hard, he hits the wall and he just starts laughing. So it's, but it gets the job done because as you guys know, I'm a big believer in working out and getting stuff in, and I work out with you guys all the time. So
If I couldn't tell that by yesterday about 5 o'clock, I don't know what I was thinking.
About man, yesterday was cool. I just the whole goal is, and you've been really bought in on being in shape this year, which I'm really, really happy about, is we're not gonna get tired. We don't get tired, we're gonna be a handful, and that's just point blank period. And it's gonna be one of those ones where like, hey, if we're down by 10 at halftime, they're cooked. Like, because we're not gonna be tired and they're gonna be tired. And the first real example of that's going to be when we play GMG, because they like to get out and run, but they also graduated a bunch of points, and we can have that conversation at a later date. So I think that'll be good. And I've said it, and I said it again, if we're 2-0 come Moravia that Friday, we're going to be tough. And if somehow we pull that off, and then we're 4-0 with ACA here, we're going to be real tough. Like, just sheer energy, we're not going to know what to do. Like, that would be really, really crazy. And that gets you closer to seeing that video, because we'll be closer to 10. But yeah. What you got?
So another
Keep going.
just another little spin-off. We got another question. Like, is your occupation besides coaching right now? What else are you doing currently?
Other than being a boss dude,
Yeah,
pretty much. So I run 2 baseball companies out of LA. They are, for everybody here, it's the equivalent of USSSA. So we are the biggest group in Orange County, LA, San Diego. We're called National Championship Sports. As we talked off air, I just got them to give us a big sponsorship for our Huddle ads. So pretty soon we're going to see a bunch of National Championship Sports stuff all over our streams because, hey man, we're lucky, very blessed to be there. I have been there for 15 years. I've been there since I got released from minor league baseball as an official. We run tournaments, and my main job is confirming teams, handling logistics of umpires, staff, field allocations.
that's a big role.
Yeah, and I kind of treat it as such. Not actually, really, I'm lying. I treat it as like, hey, I worked really hard to get a seat at the table, and now you're gonna need 3 dudes to replace me, so I'm a lot more relaxed. But at the same time, it's my job. As you guys know, I'm taking calls in practice. I'm taking calls on the bus. You guys laugh because when I answer the phone, I sound professional because it's totally different.
Just total switch up.
Total different because that's just a different world. And at the same time, it's been really good to my family. I've moved 3 times. We haven't even talked about that. We started in Los Angeles, is where I met my wife, Carly. I do have a wife. We've been married for 7 years. We've been together for 10 years. I got 2 kids. Or I've got a girlfriend and 2 kids, however you look at it. So I got a wife. We've been together, married for 7 years. We've been together for 10 years. We've been through 3 moves. We got married on the 8th of September. I hope that's right, and she doesn't quote me on it. 8th of September, and then the next day we flew back to LA, loaded up our car, and then drove to New York. I was in New York for 3 years. First off, I'd rather have New York cold versus y'all's cold, because y'all's cold is cold. New York,
No kidding.
New York, the big difference is the snow. So if you could meet us in the middle, like New York once a year, it would snow 46 inches, and that's all the snow you got, and it didn't leave. Like here, it's just cold, and you gotta worry about ice and other nonsensical stuff. Like so far, I haven't seen snow here, which I know we get snow.
You've been lucky.
I mean, I'll take 10 inches of snow versus like the 46. Cause like when we got 46, I was working graveyard. It's during COVID. I was working graveyard at a supermarket, and Carly was pregnant. It took me 8 hours to get the cars out, just because you got to have a car out just in case something happens with the pregnancy. And there was so much snow. This is gonna make y'all laugh. I popped open the garage. And I'm not tall, y'all know that. The snow was like up to my chest. So I had to walk out the front with the shovel above my head and trudge all the way around that thing till I got through the break where the driveways were. And then there was still too much snow. There was so much snow, we didn't know where to throw it. Like, it's wild. And then the complex came in with like a bulldozer and was scraping stuff. And I'm like, yo, don't hit my car. But it was helpful, but there was no place to put it. At one point, they had to get dump trucks. And they were filling the snow in the dump trucks to get it off the property.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. So snow is crazy. Like, don't like it. Don't like driving in it. Don't like being in it. As much as you guys make fun of me, I don't like snow and I don't like gravel roads. Let's just be real about it. With 17 being closed right now and having to take gravel roads, it's terrifying. Even though Oregon is like 2 miles. But yeah, that gravel roads. Luckily, somebody told me to just take 92 all the way around through Knoxville.
So let's get back into the coaching circle here. So what got you into coaching, and how do you feel about coaching?
Man, people have callings and stuff. Like before this, I always thought I was gonna be a major league umpire. That's where I was projected. Evaluations didn't go that way. And honestly, I'm really glad they didn't, because I wouldn't have met my wife. I wouldn't be here in Iowa. I wouldn't be here with you guys. And let's just be honest. I know I'm a lot, but this is probably the best part of my life going forward. I like coaching. I keep making the joke, we went state, I'm leaving and going to Meskwaki. That's just what it is, guys. But coaching, I've been coaching since I was like 8. I was my dad's assistant forever. I've always seen that side of the game really well. Now as an adult, I'm not a great assistant coach, as you guys know. I don't play well with others. Me and my wife started this journey 10 years ago because she wanted to coach. We started with a rec ball team in LA that turned into 3 AAU teams with 90 plus kids. Some of those kids have Division I scholarships. Brandon Boateng, he was playing at, I'm gonna get this wrong, but it's one of the universities like Southern Nevada or something. He was on a full ride scholarship for football. He is now at Arizona State, just on whatever. I like my very first team, Santa Clarita Timberwolves. As a whole, I think we won like 37 games the first year. My guys, if we would have stayed together, that would have been before EYBL was the thing. That would have been the EYBL team, like easy peasy. Like it's at 3 or 4 guys played varsity. Guys playing in college. I've been blessed to have kids I've trained play Division III, Division II. We've talked about it. I got friends who are trainers for Kyle Kuzma. I got friends who were assistant coaches at Arkansas State. Big shout out to one of my mentors. You guys have no idea who he is, but Dan probably knows who he is. Larry Farmer. He won 2 national championships as a player for John Wooden. And then he won a national championship as a head coach with Larry Brown at UCLA. When I have problems or issues, I call him. He also hates that I run zone. He just hates zone defense. He's like, why zone? I don't know zone. But it's him, and I've been blessed in that regard to have a lot of good coaches. We've never talked about it, but I wear the gear all the time. So my Play Hard manager, owner, Dave Edelman, was the youngest assistant coach in NCAA at the time at Loyola Chicago. So from coaching 10 years ago when I started with my wife, I didn't know how to coach. I was, as you guys know, I was the hype dude. I had somebody who knew how to do stuff. I didn't know how to coach. I knew how to get you to run through a wall. And like, as you guys will run through a wall for me, that's a gift.
Well, that's a big part of it. Motivation.
It is, and it's a lot, and it's being turned on at all times, and it makes it very difficult to just ever like take a break and be left down. Because you guys have seen it, like when I'm coaching, and we win a game, and I sit down, you think I'm gonna black out? Think about my life, and that's how I go 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So, and I stay at home when you ask. I'm full primary care of both my boys, so it's like that all day. There ain't no breaks. And mad respect to stay-at-home moms. I never realized how hard it was. It's definitely not like the movies where it's like, hey, we're gonna wear yoga pants, drink Starbucks, and walk around the town. That is nothing. There is diapers, puke, diapers, more puke, crying, snacks. It's wild. There's Blippy, doctor's appointments, iPads, meltdowns because I gave him the blue plate and not the red plate. Like, oh my gosh. And my little one, he can't talk, so all he does is the hand signal for milk. And I don't give him no milk because he just runs around the house making milk circles. Like, the boy don't get no milk. And he's just like the most angry kid you'll ever meet in the morning. He wakes up, got his binky in, and he wants TV. All I get is a, and I'm like, bruh, like, you got a problem. I'm gonna have to put him in like, some kind of recovery program for television. Like, I'm like, you do not need the television. He goes, and as we're talking about Mo can't handle because he points, but he never wants anything. He just goes, and Mo will look, what do you want? I'm like, he doesn't want anything. He's just pointing for the sake of pointing. And the kid is heavy. I haven't run into a game yet, but you guys will see him at media night. The dude's a tank. Nico weighs 42 pounds. Homeboy weighs 40, and he's got like stranger danger. So like the only person that I'll be able to get close to him is Miss Johnson. That's because she usually has snacks. Like I give her a snack bag and he follows her. The dude, nobody can get close to him. He just yells, "Glenda tried," and he just screamed at her. So it is what it is on that regard. But back to coaching, I don't know, man. I kind of liked it. It kind of turned into something I'm semi good at. I'm only going to say this once, so I hope everybody remembers it here. I'm trying to get to the point where my professional coaching record is 500. Mr. Holden said I shouldn't count the first school I was at because they hadn't had a varsity program in 7 years. So right now, I think I am 9-40 as a head coach. Never heard me mention it again. 9-40, but it was real tough because in New York, they hadn't had a girls program in 7 years. So the first year during COVID, we went 0-10. The next year we went 3-18, but the difference was we went from getting blown out by like 40, kind of the same thing we did with this, from 40 to being in games losing by 20 or 15. Kind of like you guys lost a bunch of games by that, and we cut that in half. And then this year we're going to cut that in half. If we don't, we're going to win. So there's no cutting it in half, just winning. And I just think right now too, as we've talked, energy's been really good in the locker room. I think we got to coach up some of the younger guys, but I think it's gonna be one of those ones where we're gonna be solid, and I think it's gonna take a lot of believing, like at the end of the season. If we could start this season like we played the end of last season, we're gonna be 5-2 in January.
I think those catchphrases really keep our energy up too, like Hongana's and crank me up.
My wife hates crank me up. She said it gives her the
Why?
ick. She said it gives her the ick.
That's the best one.
I mean, if we win something, I'll get it written on the wall, man. Like, I have a Kongana sign coming. We're gonna have it in the locker room so you can see it every day, kind of like Ted Lasso in his Believe. I don't know, man. We were struggling, and I really didn't know where we were at with stuff. And I mean, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Last year was rough because I'm gonna say it. I've said it in multiple interviews before. We weren't fighting, but we weren't on the same page because you guys wanted to do it one way, and I wanted to do it my way, and we were butting heads. And it wasn't like a disrespectful butting heads. It was a like, hey, this is how we've done it for years.
It's just a not understand.
Just a new change.
It's a change, and it was tough. And I think the change came. We were at Collins Maxwell. I'm gonna tell a story a bunch of times, and a bunch of times you wanted to get out of the press. I let us get out of the press, and we got dog walked out of the press. And we come into the locker room. Next day, next morning, you and everybody else said, we trust you and I'm sorry. And we turned the corner. We came in, we lost to Moravia by 20. For you guys, that was a huge win. I mean,
that was huge.
So excited, and then we never looked back.
Yep.
And, it's stories like that they're turning points. And now we don't know who we are without pressing, like without running, without doing all the stuff that we thought wasn't us. And the difference is you guys were playing basketball, and now I'm teaching you how the guys that we have with the skill set that we have to play basketball. And the one thing that I think you guys got, and you getting a little bit more of me, doesn't matter how good it is we are. It's how hard we believe in what we can do.
Correct.
Phenomenal will, guys, will beat phenomenal skill every day. And we are bringing the will. The skill will figure itself out. And that's why practices right now, I told you, have been super boring. But at the same time,
Holden's giving me the cue right here. Like, kind of wrapping it up because I think we're almost out of time here. We tried to push the limit, and we're kind of out of class right now, kind of not, but we've gotten that figured out.
I appreciate you guys making your schedule so I can come in and do this. It's been awesome.
Well,
Love you guys
appreciate
lots.
you too for changing your busy schedule. Like you said, you're at home taking care of your kids.
Lot of poop and puke. A lot of poop
Got
and
to come
puke.
back here tonight for practice at 6
Yeah,
o'clock.
Yeah, and I got a meeting with Holden, so I will let y'all get back to class and try to learn some. And then I appreciate you guys very
We
much.
appreciate you too, Klee, and thank you for being on here.
Oh, absolutely pleasure.